Jocelyn, you were saying that there are some particular individuals who we should be sending to the U.S. to negotiate, not just Justin Trudeau and whoever is left there. I know Chrystia Freeland isn't around anymore. Who should we be sending? Name names. Tell us. Who are our top negotiators?
So put a dream team together. Kevin O'Leary, Brett Wilson, Barry Zuckelman. Barry Zuckelman is a huge pipe manufacturer located in Windsor, has strong ties to the Trump government. Put the people that are aligned with them ideologically that can get to the heart of what the issue is. Our very own Vest Sobot has great connections with the United States. Catherine Swift, the names go on, but put actual business people who have skin in the game, who have relationships with the Trump team, and who understand doing business on both sides of the border. I'm sure we could put a long list together to get some negotiations done and get things flowing again.
Yeah, I think Justin Trudeau is putting together just his like-minded group of folks and people who share his perspective and ideology more than people who, to your point, are interested in just getting the negotiations going. Speaking of negotiating, border security is a big aspect of all of this. The U.S. has been frustrated for years when it comes to cross-border security concerns, and we're learning more details about fentanyl issues. I wrote in a piece in the National Post just the other day that we do have documents from the RCMP and Global Affairs Canada that the White House has seen showing that we know that Mexican cartels are actually getting themselves more involved in fentanyl production here. We're supercharging it. We have super labs now, and that we now have more fentanyl than our fentanyl addicts, unfortunately, can consume. So we're now exporting it further, and it's a growing concern. How should we be tackling this? What's the business community telling you?
Well, they need to take it seriously, and the issue is the time it's taken to get actual concrete measures put in place. So Justin Trudeau said we're going to put a border czar in. Days and days and days have gone by without any concrete action. If I was trying to negotiate my way out, and I'm not certain that the federal Liberals want to negotiate their way out. If they have tariffs and people feel pain, then they can run their election against Trump instead of running their election against their record. So I'm not sure they want to negotiate, but I would have put a border czar in if I was serious day one. Gone. I would have put a whole bunch of actions in place to show that we are taking this seriously, but I haven't seen any movement, and I'm sure the Trump administration hasn't seen any movement either to demonstrate that they're actually serious in getting the job done.
And Jocelyn, how do you think this is going to resolve in practice? And how do you hope it will resolve?
Well, I think in practice, it's going to result in a lot of pain for Canadians. I think it's going to result in a lot of Canadians losing their jobs. I'm concerned about the viability of small to medium-sized manufacturers who cannot absorb tariffs for very long. So I am concerned that the federal government in Canada is more concerned about their election viability than ordinary Canadians' jobs and prosperity. And that's not going to end well for any of us, unfortunately. So I'm very concerned with the impact this has on Canadian manufacturing.
And I want to underscore the fact, and you've been such a voice for this at the Coalition for years, that it's not like things were rosy and perfect for Canadian businesses prior to this. I mean, there were so many immense challenges with carbon taxes, regulations, energy rates, that this is really just adding to it all, is it not?
It's death by 1,000 cuts. You can't absorb all of the carbon pricing. For example, our plant in Toronto spends over $100,000 a month on energy, and there's a large component of that that's either global adjustment charges for electricity or carbon pricing, clean fuel standards. It's just death by 1,000 cuts. And the federal government has indicated, we're going to take that carbon tax off of everyday Canadians, but we're going to keep it on manufacturing, which
Right.
is exactly what cap and trade was in Ontario. It's just a recycling of that. They can't get manufacturing, I'm convinced, out of Ontario fast enough.
Wow. Those are alarming words, but a bit of a wake-up call. Jocelyn Bamford, always great to speak with you, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, my pleasure anytime.